it is useless to have data if you are not sharing. You can have a problem and you can have 10 of your friends, but if you don't share your problem with your friends, how can they help you? You don't solve your problem. So it is the same with the data. You have the data, the Minister of Land has the data, there's ERA, university, they have the data, but if you are not sharing your data, the data doesn't become useful. So what I've learned from Abonat, it is the proper use of data, information creation, knowledge, and innovation. We use student, master student, we give them problems, they solve problems, the solution becomes the asset for the company. Our professor is teaching at the university. He shares all the knowledge from the university teaching. He brings them to the company. We use them to solve problems for business entities.
Commenting on what the last speaker said about if you have data and you don't use it, it is useless. And it's very good when you collect data once and use it many times. So we, as the Ministry of Lands, we don't say that you collect it once, use it many times. We want you to use it so many times. So to use it many times, it has to be very accurate. So that is one of the principles, that if an engineer wants to use the data, could use the data. If maybe a tourist wants to use that spatial data, could use it. The challenges are, because nowadays, with GIS or digital mapping, it's like everybody can make spatial data. And then we get data which is like, there's no harmony. You cannot use data which has been made with another person because you don't know how this data was acquired with accuracy. There is no metadata. So that is really a challenge to the geospatial world. And there is also e-government. It's also talking about electronic information. And there is also technology. Nowadays, like everybody knows how to use a map. You can use a map from your phone and everywhere. So that is also opportunity. Now we are working very hard on it. And most of the colleagues we are in this table, we are working together with them. And very soon we are going to have it. We had a policy, but we still have to look at it if it can work or there's anything which we have to change on it. So the national spatial data infrastructure in Tanzania is in good hands because, like I've said, we have the reference system which we can start working on it, which is not like many countries have it, but we have it in Tanzania.
We have a good connection of internet in this country through fiber optics, but then still the speed of internet is questionable, but also the cost is still, I think, higher for many people. So what I could do is to ask the institutions that are responsible to setting the rates for data communication, because 80% of the data in this country is spatial, then we should see how we can put down the cost of accessing the data through the telecommunication means so that it is as low as possible. Because if the data is available publicly, free from the government, but people cannot access because the cost of access is high, then we are not actually moving anywhere.
I think techies here knows about GitHub, so we could have like a platform, like an open source platform whereby everyone who is working on geospatial data, could put their data. I think that would be the simplest way. And then say, this is the public data. If you want to use this for your work, if you want to use it for your startup company, yes, you can use. And they could put like license level. Is it only supposed to be shared, or you can just use your own? So for me, being an ICT guy, I'll just put a portal out there and tell everyone, like, put your data so that everyone can be able to access it. And for the guys from the Ministry of Land, then they can come and verify these data, whether they right data or wrong.
The government is already embarking on some innovation which will make access to data cheaper. TTCL, which has been given the mandate to provide for data communication in Tanzania, is already thinking about putting free internet access kiosks in the cities and in villages in Tanzania. That can become a very effective tool for disseminating data from government. But even data from private companies now, if they agree to what the proposal from our colleague there from Buni, that they could have a portal where people place their data that they think they want the public to have access to, then suddenly spatial data becomes very available.